Support for the show comes from Mercury. If you've gotten a business off the ground, you already know that every deposit feels precious. Every transaction means payroll for your team. Every bit of cash flow is a small victory. So why hassle with a hodgepodge of apps and services to manage your finances when you can do it all in one integrated product? That's what Mercury does. Visit Mercury.com to join over 200,000 entrepreneurs who use Mercury to do more for their businesses. Mercury is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services provided through Choice Financial Group, Column NA, and Evolve Bank and Trust, members FDIC. Hey everyone, welcome to Serve, brought to you by our friends at Mercury. The Wimbledon draw show, boom! Can't wait. This has been a bit of a mess this morning, Mike, Techie, Sean. I'm not in the friendly confines of
where are you?
Of the production ninjas. I'm in a hotel somewhere, and I ran into a situation this morning, JW. Let me know if you've ever experienced anything like this, where there's the same name of a hotel, but they have two different check-ins that are like 4 blocks apart. How's that for a pain in the ass? For like, it's not a real problem, but like you get to the place and they go, "You're not staying here." And it's like, okay, well, I just flew forever.
The branding wasn't very clear.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's the other location. I'm like, oh, stupid me. It's called the same thing.
Maybe we need a hotel partner so we know exactly where we're going.
That would fix a lot of things. That'd be
calling all hotel partners.
Who's the WTA player who tried to fly to Carlsbad, California for an event and flew to Carlsbad, New Mexico instead? You remember that?
I've flown to Valdosta, Georgia instead of Vidalia, Georgia. So here we are. I guess you do enough travel. All right. For those of you, hopefully most of you know how we do it at this point, but I have not seen the Wimbledon draw yet. It's been out for hours. I'm sure people are going crazy. I'm sure everyone has their picks. The first time you hear me, or the first time I look at it, you will hear me look at it. And then JW and I make a bunch of pretty average picks that, normally kind of shake out towards the end. We kind of get there in the end, but I'm just going to say this. After the worst pick I've ever made, and it doesn't count. Like I picked Sabalenka last year and then she pulled out of the event like 30 minutes after, so whatever. That's fair. Was Cerundolo to the semis of Roland Garros and he lost first round. I don't care who he's playing. I'm choosing him to lose first round. I like him. It's just going to be a little bit of a revenge. Like I'm going to overcompensate on the reversal. All right, Mike, are we starting with men's or women's?
Let's jump into the ladies. Let's do ladies.
Ladies. All right. So as you're looking at it, printed out by the hotel front desk, women. All right. Let's let it rip. Sabalenka. Ooh, that's not. Oh.
All right. Early on.
Jeepers. The first section I'm looking at, like I was just ready to scribble in Sabalenka into the winner circle, and then she's gonna get through Lulu Soon made the quarters last year, JW, and Buzkova can play. Raducanu's there. Kessler, Vondrousova. The two winners from last week. Is that correct? First round.
Yeah,
you got
and
it.
Vondrousova beats Sabalenka last week 2-4. Wow.
But that was on grass, in all fairness. Oh, wait. Yeah. We're back on grass.
Yeah, sorry. So is Wimbledon, JW. Good stuff.
Wait, don't skip over that second name as well. Have you been following this Carson Branstein, who played at Texas A&M? Cousin of Freddie Freeman, I'll have you know. And she had a wild time qualifying, which included she beat Lois Boissin, remember? Old enough to remember when she reached a major semi, and then beat Bianca Andreescu, a former major champion who also came up through the juniors with her. It's been quite a week for our friend Carson Branstein from Texas A&M. Now she gets the number 1 seed in the first match.
I hope she plays great. And also, I traded for Freddie Freeman like a month ago in my fantasy baseball league, and he's decided to slump for the first time in his career. So that's just for that, and because
hopefully it'll be a good 2 weeks for both of them and you.
God, no, it's not gonna be a good 2 weeks. Sabalenka's winning first round. Not going that far. I'm basically to the point. Like, are you taking Kessler or Vondrousova first round?
Oh man, just one of these two play. All credit to Kessler, who has put herself in player, but wasn't in sniffing distance of the top 100 this time last year. And now she's a seed, but Vondrousova did win this little tournament 2 years ago. I guess I got to go Vondrousova, but that's a brutal first round match for both of them, huh?
Remember how it was talking about the last one, how important it was for Kessler to get that win and get seeded in the top 32 so she gets a little bit of draw protection?
Whoops.
Yep. I have Vondrousova Sabalenka in the third round. JW, you going to do it?
No, I have exactly the same. And Raducanu at Wimbledon intrigues, but I don't think she's that's a rough draw. Asking her to beat a seed, perhaps a former champion and then the world's number one player, just to get to the third round, that's brutal for Emma Raducanu.
Okay, so who are you taking to the fourth round? Are you putting Vondrousova through? Are you going to do it? Shock the world, JW?
No. To beat Sabalenka twice in that
is what it would require.
Yeah. It is pretty funny though. I mean, sometimes with men we say it's a different surface or it's a completely different strategy when it's best of five. Vondrousova just beat Sabalenka, same surface, same set format, but
2 and 4.
I think and gave her 6 games exactly. But I'm sticking with our top seed.
All right,
what about you?
Yeah, I got Sabalenka going through to the fourth round as well. That was that was like an opening quarter if I've ever seen one. Okay, so the next one we got Mertens, Svitolina. I got Ferdavelli in. I got Svitolina and Sabalenka in the fourth round.
I like Mertens, who's solid, good athlete, just kind of work a day player. But yeah, that's a toss up match. I think Sabalenka is our quarterfinalist no matter what. But I'll go Mertens over Svitolina.
Ooh, okay. Some conflict. Badosa Bolter. Is Badosa, do we have an update? Didn't she defaulted last week because she was hurt? Are we keeping that close to the vest? Because that makes it a tough one. That makes it a tough one to call.
I'm gonna say, Mike, that sound you might hear in the background is the upset meter beeping.
Yeah.
I think Katie Bolter, who has fallen out of the ranks of the seeded, but I think that's a winnable match given Badosa's health.
My thing is like, okay, well then in that case, I'm gonna take Vekic to the fourth round just because we don't know about Badosa. And Vekic was very close to making the final here last year, by the way. But in that section, in Badosa's section, I'm taking Vekic. Badosa actually looked good last week before she got hurt, and she was pretty pissed when something went wrong. She broke a racket, and I like Badosa a lot. I just don't know.
Are you going to take Badosa over Bolter still, or? Yeah,
I'll take. Okay. So at this point, we're just predicting health. If Badosa takes the court, I'll take her over Bolter. But I'm just again, I probably would take Badosa through, but not knowing her injury, I'm going to put Vekic through. It puts it from like a toss up to a slight lean Vekic.
A Pam Shriverless Vekic, but. Yeah, I have the same.
And then in the next section, Leila Fernandez, Peyton Stearns, who was another one of my flyer Roland Garros picks that did not work out. I'm going to take Maddie Keys through to play Vekic in the fourth round.
So far, we're very boring. Keep an eye on that. I have the same. Keep an eye on Fernandez against this Hannah Klugman, this young British wildcard junior teenager who they speak very highly of. Across the pond or across the North Sea from where I am right now. But that's keep an eye on that match. Peyton Stearns had a bit of a rough go of it this year. I like, Keys to beat Vekic.
All right. And then in the next section, it's Paolini of last year's finalist fame. Just got run out of the building by Swiatek in Bad Homburg, which is just forever will be a little bit a weird name. Wish it was good.
Prefer benign Homburg?
Yeah. Neutral Homburg. I'm going to go. Okay. I got my first play the horn. We don't have sound effects. We don't have a budget. There we go. There's our sound effects. Good job. I'm going Noskova. Fourth round.
Ooh.
Over Paolini. She is playing well on grass. I should have learned my lesson. I finally put Paolini through, picked her at like she deserves to be chosen, and Roland Garros, no dice. I'm going Noskova to the fourth round. Are you going Yeskova to Paolini?
I'm going Yeskova to Paolini.
All right.
winning begets winning. I don't think she's winning this tournament, but I think she's going to be okay till middle weekend.
Beatrice Haddad Maya in a Samova section. I got Haddad Maya going down first round. Shramkova. Even though she played pretty well last year, but Shramkova played well somewhere in the semis. She made semis or finals last week. And then Anna Samova. I got Anna Samova. Oof, this is a big one. I got Anna Samova through to the quarters.
Oh man, me too. That's we're so bored.
You guys are so
we ended up at the same place. All right, forget it. Putin is really upset after being nearly challenged to a fight by Maria Sakkari, and she's going to channel that into a quarterfinal. No, I don't think so.
Should we send a letter of apology in advance to Anna Samova right now?
For both picking her? Yeah,
yes.
She's doomed. Forget it. She's going to win yeah.
And, her agents go, edit.
Exactly.
All right, Diana Schneider and Ostapenko, obviously the easiest person to ever predict. Ooh, Jabor's in there.
Wacky section this is, huh?
All right. This is with my heart. This is not. I'm going to lose to John on points. By the way, the point taking for that should almost start third round. We should have some leeway to just
no.
Exactly.
But then I can't have
you're
fun.
You're going to pick every match.
We're disincentivized to pick crazy.
You're going to pick every match.
All right.
I'm gonna screw it. I don't care. Whatever. I'm going.
You're disincentivized to pick crazy. All right. Well, you know what? I'll come up with a scale system. We'll rate the later rounds more. It won't just be a straight.
Oh no! Otherwise, I might have to deal with the consequences of 7 seconds of your wrath.
Yeah.
In the comments, I can't see.
yeah, true.
I'm doing this just because I want to. I'm taking Jabeur.
Whoa!
No. Oh,
really?
She's going to lose to Schneider, but I'm taking her.
I'm the one in Amsterdam. I should.
I'm taking Schneider to the fourth round. But I'm taking Jabeur over Ostapenko. And this is not a blood oath. This is a choice of the heart.
Can we just point out what an absolute batshit little pocket this is? You've got a 4-time major champion who Naomi Osaka, who were on grass and her results are not what they are on hard courts. You've got the 5th seed, Zheng Shenwen, who has lost her last 2 first-round matches. I mean, I think she has a losing record at Wimbledon for his career. It hasn't gotten out of the first round the last 2 years. You've got Ashlyn Kruger, the 21-year-old. We don't talk about her enough. 21-year-old American is seeded.
She can pop
that
a
is
serve.
nice. Yeah, I was going to say that. Keep an eye on that name. Ostapenko is Forrest Gump. Who knows? And Schneider's a player we all like and a lefty, but it's having a rough year. This is
This is a brutal site. Like I'm looking at my draw and I realize that I'm gonna have. I think I'm gonna go upset special on Siniakova and Queen Wen first round.
I am too. Yep, I am too.
Ooh. You're both doing upset special?
Yep.
This is gonna be a disaster. I don't know why. I normally play it pretty close to the vest. This is a disaster, and it's all gonna happen in one section. We're gonna get full surrender load. We're going to full
t-shirt.
Kruger, how did she play last week? I don't know. She lost to was it Jess? Siniakova. I got Anna Samova to the semis up top. Oof. Schneider to the quarter. I hate my picks. Kruger, Siniakova, Anna. All right, I got Sabalenka in the final over Anna Samova in the semis. This could be the least confident I've ever been in any half of any draw that we've ever done. This is a disaster.
This is a strange quadrant of a major draw.
Clip this, Mike. Really close up. Let me look. My draw is a dumpster fire.
All right, so wait, we skipped through this. Let's work backwards.
You don't have to do it.
I'll send you the full thing that you can post. But I got Noskova, Anna Samova through Schneider, Siniakova, Schneider going through, Anna Samova over Schneider, Sabalenka, Svitolina, Vekic, Keys, Saba through to the final. We're in the Andreeva section. Maya Sharif, Teichmann, Bronzetti, Baptiste, Fresh. I'm going to go Andreeva, although Freck is playing pretty well on this stuff.
Yeah. And Andreeva's not.
Andreeva does not. She likes to mix up that pace. And the women's draw, by the way, is open. Just reading all this out loud, and I know the bottom's going to be stacked because I haven't seen a Swiatek, I haven't seen a Rybakina, I haven't seen a Coco, I haven't seen I already know that the bottom quarter is going to be stacked. Andreeva to the fourth round. Navarro is not playing great. Krejcikova is barely played.
Right. Look at Navarro's first round match.
Kvitova, oof. Kvitova hasn't played.
Krejcikova, I think, is battling some injury stuff too. No,
always.
No?
Yeah. Yella is still in the tournament the week before.
They're defending champion.
I'm going Yella. Gosh, ooh. I hate all of this.
To beat the defending champion in round one?
Yeah, you said that.
Right.
Navarro. Ugh.
I know.
Are you going different? Are you going different than that, John? Are you going Krejcikova over Ella?
Yeah.
Just
as respect to a defending champion, but no, you're right.
I don't even know if she's going to play. She hasn't played at all.
She had a good week this week. I don't know if she's still alive.
Yella's still in the tournament, but Krejcikova likes to play. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm going back. BK Krejcikova, and then I'm going Krejcikova. Screw it. I'm total reversal.
Let's go.
Krejcikova quarters. I'm in.
But I have her there too.
You have her in the quarters too?
I have this is Haley Baptiste coming off a nice Roland Garros. I don't know. I mean, you know what?
Haley Baptiste could sneak through in that Andreeva section. Andreeva has not looked great on grass. I got to be honest.
Haley Baptiste, quarterfinalist. You heard it here first.
What?
Haley Baptiste, quarterfinalist?
What?
Go through this list of names. We have a very capable but ailing defending champion in Krejcikova. Emma Navarro's really been struggling.
Yeah.
Petra Kvitova would be a great story, but I don't know if she's in shape to reach the second week of it. Go through this list and
no, I get
let's
it.
let it fly.
Okay.
Haley Baptiste, 2 nice appearances at majors in a row. You heard it here first.
Baptiste,
I like it. I like it a lot.
So Andy, you have Andreeva in the quarters now. John, you have
no.
Oh, okay.
No. I went full flip. Krejcikova quarters.
Got it.
The player who 90 seconds ago was going to go out in round one. She's now.
She could go out in round one. Yella's still in the tournament too.
This is a great.
I hate everything about what we've said.
Speaking of checks and suboptimal health, how do we feel about Muhova?
I mean, every single section here is terrible. And not terrible. It's just
in a good way.
In a great way. Just you can't.
This is brutal. God, look at these matches.
All right. Well, okay. I know what I'm doing here.
Iva Jovic, what are you doing?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm doing Alexandrova to the fourth round.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Flat ball. She played fine last week. She lost to Iga in 2 tight ones, and Iga's apparently playing great on grass now. Okay. Well, it's all for naught. It doesn't matter because the next section I'll skip ahead a little bit, but who are you putting in that Alexandrova section?
Serena Williams. Didn't Alexandrova lose 52 match points in that final against Mertens in the week after Roland Garros?
I'm not here for your negative statistics.
Keep an eye on Alicia Parks, probably one of the 5 best serves in the women's game. Maybe that alone. Gosh, this is when can we just quick 30-second hot take? When people like Stephen A. Smith have very firm opinions, I'm throwing up my hands of about 20 matches saying I have no friggin'. These are coin flips. It's very good.
But to be fair, John, let's not be stupid. Stephen A. Smith knows way more about basketball than I know about tennis.
Exactly. I just don't know how you have authoritative opinions about it.
And as long as you yell the opinion then that makes it true. As long as you scream it at someone next to you and talk over outros and intros in and out of commercial breaks, and you know, talk over everyone, and also not offer anything of substance that anyone who actually knows basketball can respect, then you can say it with confidence.
Where are we derailing here?
What? Iva Jovic is going to get to the quarters.
Oh my God.
Check the volume on that. I don't know.
So you have wait a minute.
No,
you have Jovic and Baptiste in the quarters?
I'm kidding.
All right. I have Pegula in the semis.
Yeah, Pegula. Yeah, I have Pegula beating Baptiste in the quarters.
Okay. So there's going to be some smoke in this in this next.
Exactly. We're going to do the redraw show wearing bloody butcher smocks. All the bloodletting.
It's going to look like Halloween.
Exactly.
I have Iga to the fourth round. Clara Towson, Heather Watson, Kalinskaya, Sakari, and Rybakina. Gosh. I'm going Iga Rybakina in the fourth round.
Who wins? That's a good one.
Who wins? And this is the most confident I've felt like walking two players out to the fourth round yet.
It's a rematch of one of the better matches of Roland Garros. You have the same player winning?
I have Rybakina winning. I have Rybakina on the quarters in that section. And then the next one, Kazatkina, Samsonova. Samsonova looked great last week, by the way. My adjoint. I have Samsonova to the fourth round.
Beating my adjoint is an intrigue. I think you're right. Samsonova is going to win that match. My adjoint, Australian teenager, intriguing prospect on grass. Taylor Townsend qualified and plays Kenin. These are good matches here.
Yeah, I have Samsonova over insert whoever you want. Kenin, Townsend. Whew. Coco has a brutal draw, just so we're clear. Coco has a nightmare of a draw. Yastremska can play on grass. She just made the finals of a tournament last week.
Remember Kenin beat Coco 2 years ago in the first round.
I know.
And then seriously, and then Coco will be okay. Coco's going to be okay.
Okay, who do you have out of that section, John?
I have Coco to beat Samsonova.
You have Coco in the quarters? This is a hard one because I'm like I find myself my mind is telling me something different than my heart is telling me. I don't think Coco makes it to the fourth round.
Wow.
Come on. Really?
You don't think she makes it to the fourth round?
No, and I'm flirting with this upset on Yastremska first round.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah.
Can you walk us through why?
Yeah, exactly.
I think grass is going to be, and it's weird because we judge people against their own shadows. How much stock do you put in what she did, which was amazing, over the clay court season versus grass is everything that benefits her game about clay. It slows it down, more time on the forehand side. Grass is going to be her most challenging surface. It just is. Like the playbook hasn't changed because she won Roland Garros. She was able to manage, the playbook against her going through with speed on that forehand side. Her legs are more of a weapon on the clay. She slides great. The spin profile on her forehand is better on clay. I don't know. Like she hasn't won here hardly at all. Like she's never had a good result. I mean, her best result maybe was like she was like 15.
Breakthrough and she beat Venus. Yeah,
she hasn't
won
here.
That's her best Wimbledon.
She has not played well on grass at all, and the forehand does it no favors. And Yastremska is just coming off of a big win. I think I'm going to take Samsonova through to the quarters. And then I'm going to take Rybakina. I have Rybakina in the final.
That's so funny. Man, we came to the we reached the same destination through very different routes. But I have Rybakina beating Coco and then Rybakina beating Pegula.
Yeah. I think Kenin makes the fourth round. Okay.
You have Kenin. You have either. Wow. All right.
I don't know. Like I understand. I get it. And it's going to be her worst surface, and she has a brutal draw. She has a terrible draw. Yastremska, when she just found some form, they made semis or finals last week, hits a huge ball, likes to play up and down to her competition. Kenin is a nightmare. Sinsanova played great last week, is a nightmare. Rybakina is a nightmare. Like I don't see her. I just don't see a path for her to make semis. I hope I'm wrong, by the way. I love Coco. I respect Coco. I think she's amazing. And also, I just think grass is going to be really challenging for her. I think it's going to be the most challenging surface in her career. Okay, Sabalenka, Rybakina. This is a hard one for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Who do you have Sabalenka winning?
Yeah, I think Sabalenka. She's number one in the world, and she has won 12 matches at majors this year, but has won 0 titles at majors. I think she gets her first major of the year and her first Wimbledon.
We haven't seen her enough on grass. You know, with the ban from a couple of years ago, where they banned all the Russian players, but Rybakina, who is Russian, took citizenship somewhere else. So the only actual Russian in the draw won the tournament. So all-time backfires. And then she pulled out last minute last year. Sabalenka did. So we haven't even seen, she squeezed in, I think, a couple semis on each side, one of which I think she lost to either Jabeur or Rybakina. I'm going to take Sabalenka, but this draw could
break. A wild
break.
One, right?
This draw is the most confusing draw I've seen since we started doing this dumb show.
Right. So some of this is also the players did us no favors. You know, Coco won 6 games, lost 3 and 3 in her one and only grass court match. Rybakina is danger, but there's a lot going on off court. I mean, some of this is just context and a function of the times. I got to say, I kind of love this. Like, you know, this isn't about you and I getting picks right. This is about entertainment and possibility and opportunity, and there's a lot there. I'm going Sabalenka, but boy, I think you're totally right. I mean, this draw is just we could easily get 20% of our picks right, and it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, this is a rough draw, and it seems like all the kind of players where you can bank on the quality. Like Svitolina's pretty bankable on the surface. Vekic is bankable on the surface. Keys is pretty bankable on the surface, and they're all stuffed into one section.
Yeah, right.
And then the other sections are kind of wide open. Anyways, Sabalenka over Rybakina, he says with a question mark. Men's side.
Let's take a break first.
Support for the show comes from Mercury, the banking product that feels extraordinary to use. If you run your own business, you've probably had the experience of jerry-rigging a financial workflow just to make ends meet, using one app to send money, another to track transactions, and then a random PDF somewhere in there. Enough of that. Try Mercury instead. Mercury can flex to fit your needs, no matter your business. Whether you're a funded tech startup looking for a way to pay contractors and earn a yield on idle cash, or an e-commerce brand that needs to stay on top of cash flow and access capital, Mercury can be tailored to help your business perform at the highest level. Here at Served, Mercury has been a game changer when it comes to organizing our invoices, tracking our billing, and most importantly, being sure we take care of the people that make this show possible with on-time payroll. Visit Mercury.com to join over 200,000 entrepreneurs who use Mercury to do more for their businesses. Mercury, banking that does more. Mercury is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services provided through Choice Financial Group, column NA, and Evolve Bank and Trust. Members FDIC. Mercury Treasury is offered by Mercury Advisory, LLC, and an SEC-registered investment advisor and a wholly owned subsidiary of Mercury Technologies. Important information and disclosures at mercury.com/treasury.
All right, and we are back. Thanks to Mercury for being our title sponsor during this Wimbledon draw show. Okay, let's see if we can get back to some sanity in the men's draw here. I feel very uncomfortable with what we just chose on the women's side. I don't feel like I literally freaked out and went from someone losing first round to them making the quarters.
We're a fickle bunch, but we're like gaslighting each other here. I just don't know. I mean, what's the alternative though? I mean,
I don't know.
You want to say with great authority and certitude that Coco Gauff is going to emerge from that quarter, knock yourself out, but there are a lot of variables in this women's side.
A lot of challenges, and I think that hangover that hangover might not exist if you're like a Alcaraz who likes to translate to grass, or a Borg, but I think Coco needs more time on the surface to figure it out. And if she keeps playing great at Roland Garros every year, I'm not sure she gets that time. Like there's not, and also the other thing about picking Wimbledon versus Roland Garros, we have 77 Masters 1000s in the 6 weeks leading in. There is a massive sample size. Like we've normally seen whoever's in the semis play each other in the last month. You know, when you actually get there with the grass, it's such a specific surface, such a specific skill set. I say that, you know, there are only like 30 players on each side who actually know how to play on the surface. So the draw, I think, matters more for this event than maybe any other, as far as who you couple in together. So it's always going to be a little bit more unpredictable, and that's the way that I'm going to explain my bad picks.
You got a redraw show. Let's do the dudes.
Oh, God, we might as well do it. We're going to need to do it in 4 days after the first round.
Yeah, right. What are you doing Tuesday night?
First round redraw. All right. I got Sinner. Nardi, Vukic, no trouble. I got Sinner in the fourth round. JW?
What do we make of Sinner? This was literally crossed like an hour ago. Firing his trainer and physio on the eve of Wimbledon? Especially given sort of greater context there. Strikes me as an interesting personnel move as you try to win your first Wimbledon. I don't think it's going to cause him any problems against Luca Nardi or the Vukic Seng winner for that matter. But I thought that was an interesting.
That's a really weird. That's a really weird
right?
thing to do. Yeah. I mean, not, on the eve of Wimbledon, you wouldn't. Had to be something. Had to be.
Yeah, this was like an hour ago. So we don't. I'm just reading what popped up on my phone.
I don't know anything. So I have no. John tells me, and then I react, right? But my guess would be that it has to be something off court, whether it's financial, whether it's an argument, whether it's. This doesn't feel like what you would do when you're trying to win your first Wimbledon. But this also sounds like it could be something that we will never know the answer to, at least publicly. Tommy Paul, who again, like he didn't get any matches in. I like Tommy Paul through to the fourth round. Dimitrov, he's really good on grass. Mute is going to be a tough one, second round. He can actually play on grass. He's such a pain in the ass, just generally. He fights with everyone. He makes me look like the most agreeable player of all time.
What percentage of aggro clips does this guy figure into?
I saw him keep a straight face with an argument at Queens. He argued a double bounce. It almost bounced 3 times. It was like he has no credibility because he argued this double bounce to the death, and the replay just did not do him any favors. Like he needs the fight. He needs the angst. He needs stuff like that to operate. He almost got in a fight with Fognini in the most predictable outcome of a handshake ever a couple of weeks ago. But he's good on grass, though. I'll tell you that. I like Tommy Paul through to play Sinner. Objections?
I worry about Tommy Paul and this ab injury that he kept under wraps in Roland Garros. Still got the second week, but clearly was hampering him. I don't know. Maybe he's had some time to recover, and no one else really pops out. Playing the British wildcard Johannes Monday off the bat. Who? Assuming anything close to at 80% health, Tommy Paul should still probably win his first 3 matches.
Yeah, I mean Dimitrov is a former semifinalist. He can play. Just is still. You feel like he's trying to find that big result for the year so far. I don't think old Joey Monday is going to get it done against Tommy Paul first round. I like Tommy Paul. Obviously, question marks around his physical health, but I like Tommy Paul. Okay, Ben Shelton. I watched him last week in Mallorca. It's not natural on grass. I think he's still trying to. I think he's still trying to figure it out a little bit. It just the lines that he takes to the balls are a little awkward. The chip isn't chippy enough. He's trying to get forehands, but it's harder to run around on grass. I like him through to the third round. I mean, if you would have seen a brutal first round like a Mute or someone like that, it would have been interesting. I mean, Goffin's going to know how to play on this a little bit. I like Shelton to the third round, but he needs to find a little bit of something on grass. Humbert, I'm going Humbert to the fourth round.
Ooh. Humbert, so he would have to. Yeah, I think I had Shelton, but I think you're right. I mean, the grass results were not there.
No.
But
you have Shelton to the fourth round?
I have Shelton to the fourth, but that's as much because of the draw than anything else.
Yeah. And listen, maybe if he gets through, the stuff can change quickly. He gets through 2 matches and finds a little bit of comfort. It's hard to kind of try to find your way on a surface or just find form when you like lose first round, have a week off, you need those like tournament matches. And he's short on them coming in. Okay, here we go. This is where I like to check it out. Nakashima. Put him in the third round. He is very good on grass.
Good on grass, yeah.
Yeah. Is former round of 16 here. Do you remember who he lost to in the round of 16 here in 2022? And then this person went on to beat, just in the quarterfinal of all quarterfinals, this guy beat Garin in the quarters. Nakashima, Garin, and then in the semis, he had a walkover to make the final.
Curious.
Yeah.
Wow.
He beat Nakashima in 5 sets, and then the grass court specialist.
Oh,
Garin
right. And then
in the quarters, and then got a walkover in the
Yeah.
semis. Nakashima, I have Nakashima through to the third round. Opelka sitting there a little bit, but I like Nakashima. Musetti.
Mussetti's kind of become Mr. Reliable to at least
he made the semis on grass last year.
Exactly. And then
he can play.
And a semi at Roland Garros too.
Oh God, you ready for the dumbest pick ever?
Nakashima over Musetti. Say it.
Nakashima in the quarterfinals.
Oh man. You're a cowboy on the steel horse.
I'm making all the picks that I haven't made for 6 of these now. I've gone chalk.
What did you have for breakfast?
Yes.
I had to get up. I was in an airport hotel. I had to drive 2 hours to get to the other hotel that wasn't the hotel, that was 4 blocks from the hotel. It had the same name. I couldn't find coffee. I'm all out of fucking sorts, Mike.
Who's off camera? Who's off camera? Who's holding? Yeah. Are you being threatened? Blink twice.
Exactly. My captors have been good to me. My captors have treated me well.
I feel fine. Everything is fine.
Oh man.
I got Sinner in the semis.
All right, now we got a little tasty pocket. See what you like.
So wait, real quick, John, do you have Musetti over Nakashima?
I have Musetti beating Nakashima and Musetti beating Shelton.
Man, that's a couple of tough matchups that you put Musetti through. The old B-knock can hit through the court, and then you got him returning the lefty with that one-hander. Exactly. The one-hander serve and volley on the old one-hander Chipper Magoo.
So Andy, who do you have? Do you have Nakashima over Hugo
Humbert? Just because that lefty serve is coming into Knox he's got that strong left hand on the backhand return. I have Nakashima in the quarters. He can play on grass. Ooh. Draper. I mean, I'm sorry. Okay, so Draper is going to roll Baez. Cilic is there, but I don't know what version of Cilic we're getting. I have Draper. Okay, so I know everyone's looking at Bublik.
Yep.
And rightfully so.
Okay.
This guy Munar can play on grass. He almost beat Alcaraz in Queens. And I'm not going to pull that upset, but I am going to put Draper through to the fourth round, even with the old Bublik, just because I think I think Draper's much more likely to get to the third round.
Wait, you lost me on the logic, but I have your pick. You think?
I think I don't know who I would choose straight up with Draper and Bublik in a matchup on grass. I think that's a popcorn match. I think Bublik. I think there's a 30% shot that Munar can take out Bublik first round. I'm not going to take it straight
watch? Are we throwing up an upset watch on that one?
I don't know what you do with your graphics, Mike, but I think I don't underestimate. Like, we're going to see Bublik and everyone's like, he's playing great, put him through. Munar is not nothing. I'll just tell you that first round against Bublik. That's a rough first round draw.
Don't you wish Munar were a better closer? There's a lot of talent. This guy loses a lot of close matches.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really punish him for. Listen, he's getting through to those big matches for the first time consistently in his career. I just think there's something there with the energy, with Bublik and expectation and the whole thing. So I have Draper over Bublik in the third round. Once it gets to that matchup, I probably won't know. I just think it's I'm very confident that Draper gets there, and I think Bublik has a bit of a tougher path to get there. That's a brutal third round draw, though. That's maybe the worst. That's maybe the worst third round floater for any top seed is Bublik there. That guy can fucking play on grass. I'll just tell you that much right now. If he can keep it together and just keep this roll going, everything he does well translates to grass. And he wants that center court. He wants to get that crowd. He wants all of that. He's not scared of that. All right, next section is a little bit. Ooh, Echeverry's in there
on grass.
No.
Yeah. What about
forever going to give you a chance to put all the Argentinians in the semis.
All the Chilean. No, I'm Mr. Chile.
Oh, you're Chilean. That's right.
Yeah. Chile.
I mean, I have Menchik in the fourth round, but you don't want to criticize. We're just these are facts. He hasn't really put together 3 good matches in a row since Miami, and I think we've all been looking for that like building block for Menchik. And maybe it wasn't clay, and now it's like not grass. I have Draper through to the quarters.
Same.
Oof, next one down is a tough one too. Normally I always choose Demon. He's just been not struggling. He's been saying I'm burnt out. There's something there in Mahach. He's like it's a heart rate monitor. It's like hot and cold.
Mahach is way up and down. Yeah,
I know.
And prone to injury in best of 5.
This is a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
They're not. I'm going Demon.
Don't you think the British fiance is the deciding factor? Very fact based.
No, I know you like that narrative, but
I'm kidding.
I don't actually think that matters in the Mahach Demon matchup. I don't think Mahach can be psyched out about engagements. Don't know that it actually works that way, but
Oh boy! All right.
You know what I was hoping?
My guy Zoomer. All right.
What else? You know what I was hoping? I was hoping, as I look at the next section, I was hoping that Mickelson was going to have some room to make a run, because I think Alex Mickelson is really good on grass, and I really like his attitude. I like everything that he does, and I will not be choosing against Novak. I have Novak in the semis. I think this is Novak's last best chance at a major. I don't know when the end is coming, but I think his best chance is on grass. I think he gets his game as it stands currently, not Novak from 5 years ago, but as it stands currently, I think he gets the most benefit for surface on grass now, as it currently stands, and he knows what to do with it.
Right. I mean, let's also, if he were to win this tournament, just hypothetically, if he were to win this 25 majors, he would tie Roger. I mean, I feel like in a weird way, Novak's Wimbledon record is like criminally underrated.
It's great. I mean, it's absurd. We don't talk about it enough. We get to the point where we're spoiled and we get used to numbers. And so then the things, they become normal when they should never be normal. Novak. I have Novak.
7 Wimbledon's pretty good, isn't it?
I have Novak in the semis.
So who's he beating in the quarters?
Draper.
Wow. Actually, so Novak beats Alcaraz in Australia and Zverev in Paris. He actually has had that one match against sort of the younger, higher seeded opponent at both majors this year that he's played really well. It's just then backing it up. But
he's gonna get balls to hit in the first couple of rounds. Yeah. Like Evans is gonna chip. That's not gonna. Mickelson serves well, but Novak's gonna be in his service games. Demon, he's gonna be able to distribute and hit through the court. Draper, he can actually return the lefty serve. That's not gonna bother him too much. And JW, I'm ready. I'm gonna take it one further.
What do you got?
I have Novak in the final.
Come on. Novak to beat Sinner?
I have Novak in the finals of Wimbledon.
To make a
to be
repeat?
I know. Wow. It's been like crazy. It's been like a whole year since he's been in a Wimbledon final.
No, I'm saying there's 3. So 3.
Yeah.
Well, I'll wait to hear your pick on the other side of the draw, but you're picking potentially a Novak Alcaraz repeat.
I said what I said. Novak's in the finals of Wimbledon. Or do you have a Sinner in the finals?
No, I had I'm a big Draper believer.
You're going Draper in the final?
Draper to beat Sinner to make the final. Is that crazier than Novak? Is that crazier than Novak?
This is, yeah.
Fourth seed, all those matches he's won, lefty.
No, I understand how fucking rankings work.
I think.
Tell me more. Does that mean he has more points than Novak for the year?
The country would go nuts.
He reaches. Yeah, exactly. We're rooting for the storyline.
I have
storyline picks.
All right.
Oh, this one sucks. Fritz and Pechi Pericard.
Oh, I know. That's a brutal first rounder for.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I was watching Eastbourne yesterday. Before I had to go get on a flight, I was watching a little Taylor Fritz, Marcos Giron. And normally you wouldn't pull much from that matchup as it applies to Pechi Pericard. I'll tell you, Fritz was hitting that little chip forehand return a little bit more. That's a new little wrinkle. Didn't always look perfect, but that's a little wrinkle. I have Fritz. Oh, Diallo. Fritz has
a tough. I know. Brutal, right?
Fritz has a brutal draw.
So if he's say 60-40 to beat Pechi Pericard and he's 60-40 to beat Diallo.
Yeah, but who else do you
choose? He's only 36. No, but I'm saying you combine those back to back. He's only 36% chance to get to the third round. That's a brutal draw right off the bat.
Brutal draw.
On grass.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna, and Poprin can play on grass too, sitting there at the 20 seed. Jordan Thompson can play on grass. This is a brutal little section. Hey, props to Brandon Holt.
Yeah.
Being in the draw, playing Davidovich Fokina, son of Tracy Austin.
He qualified in Mallorca this week as well.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really cool.
Lovely kid.
Davidovich Fokina can actually play on grass. This is a brutal section for Taylor. I'm going to take him to the fourth round. I'm going to take Medvedev to the quarters. We forget that Medvedev beat Sinner last year in this tournament.
Medvedev's reached the semis 2 years running.
Yep. And he just made the finals of Halle. Halle. I have Medvedev in the quarters.
Halle at your boys. Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
Is Fritz going to fourth, you said?
I have Fritz in the fourth round, but I don't.
With 60-40 feels.
That's tough. And that's probably a big reason why I have Medvedev through the quarters, is because I just think he's more likely to get to the fourth round. Like in a head-to-head matchup, Fritz on grass, can he out-hit Medi? Yeah, he can. But that's a Medi quarter where I just have more faith in his path. All that changes maybe if it's a straight-up matchup, if it's just picking the fourth round. But you got to hedge your bet against a potential loss for Fritz. But that's a tough draw. Diallo can play on grass too. Big time. Just won a title, I think.
Title winner. Yeah. Here's your dark horse. that 81 spot.
Cerundolo. Oh gosh, see if that was against Pecci Pericardo, Giallo, or anyone.
Has he ever won a match at Wimbledon, Cerundolo?
It doesn't matter because I'm taking Hatchinoff.
He's won one match for his career.
I'm doing Hatchinoff.
Yeah.
Hatchinoff through to the 4th round.
We should add that the last player to beat Roger Federer at Wimbledon, former semifinalist Hurkacz, just pulled out. So
that's tough too, because Hurkacz can play on grass. He's won Hala too. What is still the knee? Is it still the same issues?
I'm guessing. Yeah,
that's tough. That stinks. He kind of played his way back into a little bit of form. I'm going to take Cerundolo to the 3rd round, but that's all I can do. I can't do anything more for him.
Wow, that would double his Wimbledon win total for the.
That's fine. I mean, are you gonna go Nuno Borges or Lucky Loser or Billy Harris over Cerundolo?
Nuno Borges, Mississippi State.
Okay, so does that mean you're taking him?
Yeah, but I think I have. I don't know if he beats Billy Harris. Who knows? Borges, Karen Khachanov to the 4th round.
Berrettini Zverev. Berrettini is so good on grass, but has he been playing much?
It's the same. I feel like the cut and paste for this whole show is what's the level of health we're talking about.
No, it's just brutal. And then it's like you have to play. If you're not like Novak, I want a sample size. I don't care if it's in a 250. If you've won 2 or 3 matches, I value that a lot on grass. Right? Like Zverev has actually been playing. He hasn't been playing great, but final Stuttgart, like I have Zverev through to the quarters.
Berrettini hasn't played since Rome, by the way.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I have him through to the 3rd round. I mean, Rinderknecht is not an easy 1st round for Zverev. I think he gets through it. I mean, Zverev Medvedev?
Yeah, who do you like?
I think I have Medvedev in the semis again.
It's three semis in a row for a guy who's barely in the top 10.
I would not have yeah, I guess I kind of hate this as much as the women's draw. All right, Runa.
Come on,
there's your boy Jari.
Right
Jari qualified. Look at him.
What do you think?
He's got some form. Do it. You won't do it.
Yeah, I will.
You will? Do it.
I'm a cowboy. You know that. Nicholas Jari. God, this is a guy who was seeded at majors a year ago, and now he's outside the top 100. But I'll take him.
You're taking him over Runa?
Holger Rune actually not the worst. I mean, that's a crazy pick, but why just for kicks and giggles, as we say.
I'll take
Jari.
We can say
Jari. Holger Rune actually not the worst grass court player, but
he went away at Queens. I was watching that match. He just, I don't know. His energy is like, it's like seasons in certain cities. It's like you can have such a variance of emotion over the course of like 6 minutes.
He's turning into one of these guys who's really good if he's playing like a top 10 player on a Saturday weekend session with a lot of crowd, and then it's like a Tuesday night and he kind of does not have the same intensity.
Okay, let's see how much credit you give to name value. Fonseca versus Fernley. Who you take?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, how about Indiana Zone against
I have Laurent Tien in the 3rd round, by the way. I already put him through to the 3rd round.
I'll go Fonseca. I mean, I don't know what his grass court aptitude is playing his first Wimbledon, but on ball striking alone, I'll take him.
You ready for my feel good story of the first week of Wimbledon?
Bring it.
Jensen Brooksby.
Ooh.
Through to the 4th round. I wanted to make a run. I have so much respect for his journey, his the way he's been able to talk about it. And Tennis Channel is running a special before Wimbledon, so everyone please check that out. Jensen Brooksby talking about his autism and how it affects his tennis game and where it's like a superpower and what are the challenges. And I mean, he said he was nonverbal. I think it was till 5 or 6 years old.
It's a wild story.
Right.
It's a cool story.
I don't care about your little point counter. I want Brooksby in the 4th round. I think that would be just an unbelievable show, and I think it would be such a great story. And I think it'd be inspiring to many people who maybe on their worst day need a little bit of inspiration. I think he is fantastic, and I hope he makes the 4th round.
Should bookmark this for a later episode discussion, but I think there's actually a really interesting story to be done about individual sports and people on the spectrum. And it might be hard to be on a team, but if you can funnel all of your, this repetition and the solitary nature of tennis, and I think actually this should be inspiring, and I think a lot of parents would be really interested to follow this story.
From that section, the next section down, Lehechka is the seed. Francis Tiafoe is the seed. There's a lot of kind of pretty savvy grass quarters in there. Nori's made a semi before. Bautista Agut's made a semi before, just made the finals at Queens. I have Lehechka to the quarters.
Keep an eye on Francis's match, by the way. This Elmer Moeller, I saw him play in Paris. He's got his backhand is like no shot I've seen in tennis. It's like a hockey slap shot. Casper Ruud was talking about it, and based on Casper Ruud's press conference, I went and checked it out. I think Francis probably wins this match. I think Moeller may have been the last automatic in, by the way, but Elmer Moeller and his backhand for the connoisseur fan, check that out if you can. I have Lehechka beating Francis.
What a great name Elmer is, huh? Kind of forgotten, like a little Elmer.
Coming back.
What a great name. I have Lehechka through to the quarters. Did you say the same, JW?
Yeah.
He was legit. Like Queens, he played great, and he played such a strategically sound match against Carlos. I know he lost in the final, but he kind of picks and chooses the right spots on grass, in my opinion, on when to get aggressive and when to. He has a good feel for the gamesmanship of grass. Okay, Rublev, Giera. I mean, Tsitsipas. I mean, I get this is a bit of a. Rublev has not been playing great. Tsitsipas has not been playing great. This, I mean, we're all just looking at it, but I'm just gonna put Alcaraz through to the semis, into the final. Alcaraz wins his 3rd straight Wimbledon over Novak Djokovic.
Yep. I mean, look at Alcaraz's draw. Talk about a player who has no reason to complain. I mean,
Felix, if he finds it, can serve big, and Felix is another one that he likes playing those the bigger names. But yeah, I mean, even Lehechka, who's so dangerous, like you feel like he just snuck through a set, and then Alcaraz drilled him. I don't see Alcaraz losing to Medi or Zverev on grass. Yeah, Alcaraz picked him at Roland Garros. Pick him again here. I have Alcaraz over a guy named Novak Djokovic. And also, should we give some context just so we don't take people for granted in real time? If Alcaraz wins this, he's won as many Wimbledons as Becker.
That's great. Well, I'll give you one. Here's something. Novak Djokovic, of course, Nadal and Serena Williams never did. 3 in a row. And yeah, he would be. I mean, let's not put it in the bank yet, but yeah, six majors is pretty good for a guy who's barely old enough to drink. It's
some other context for the 6 majors or 3 Wimbledons. He'd be tied with Edberg and Becker at 6. Like these are all-time iconic names, and this is to John's point. Let's pump the brakes. We still have to play. It's the world's best reality show. You don't just get given titles, but 3 Wimbledons. You match Becker there. You match his total slam count, and you're 22. And Becker is a monster of this game. He is an icon of this game. This is what we're watching. This is what we're dealing with right now. Pretty fun. Well, I know. I don't feel good. I don't feel good at all. How do you feel?
I feel about as good as I feel being in a hotel room with a maroon curtain behind me.
I mean, to be fair, if I was feeling bad about something, I'd rather be in Amsterdam with the choices there than stuck in my hotel room somewhere in California. Well, I guess California.
I was going to say.
Yeah. I don't think you got a bad day ahead of you, bud.
Exactly.
That's true. I think we're going to be fine.
This will be a fun.
Let's
be fun though. This will be a fun.
Let's do something. The first couple days. What are a couple of the matches to watch? You picked kind of some upset specials over Quinn Wen. You did over maybe potential for Munar over Bublik. What are a couple must watch?
There were a couple in the. I feel like there were a couple more in the women's draw.
Yeah, I mean Taylor Fritz with the potential NBA front line of Pesci Perricard and then Diallo back to back is pretty rough. I will be following this Sinner firing key personnel on the eve of the tournament store. I don't know if that's going to affect his first week, but that's an interesting one. And then what else do I have?
Oh, Cerundolo Borges. Render Connection Zverev is interesting.
Gael Bonfils potentially playing his last Wimbledon against a fellow Frenchman.
Yeah, I'll find some more. I threw my draw over here. Hold on, because I was so mad at my picks.
What do we got? Coco Yastremska is an interesting one.
I mean, Saba early. Oh, I think the best matchup in all of round one, and it'll get played somewhere that is. People won't value it the same way that we do. Kessler and Vondrousova, I think, is a really interesting match. They both won last week. They're both in Sabalenka's section. There's a lot of. We'll see if Badosa is healthy. Badosa Bolter, especially in the English market, is a big match. I don't know that there are a ton more. Those would probably be my. Siniakova. I took Siniakova over Queen Wen first round. So that's an upset special. I had Yella over Krejcikova until I took Krejcikova to the quarters.
Until you had her defending her title.
Yeah, till I had her winning again. But I'll tell you this: like Krejcikova gets to the quarters, we all start going. I don't know. Let's see, but a lot to watch the first couple of days. So, and we'll revisit. There's some. We'll get some quick serves out, obviously, as it comes in. But there's some really interesting second round matches too. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, producer Mike. I will send you my screenshots of my full draw so we can get all the first rounders, so you can be a nerd and aside your 1 and 2 points. In value,
yeah, we'll figure out something good that will still piss you off.
In value, Eva Lees versus Yu Wan, the same as the finals. As far as points, that's great. Way to go.
If you know, you know.
Or if you don't know, you don't know. Thank you for watching Serve. This has been a Wimbledon draw show by Mercury. Thanks for listening to Producer Mike, because apparently if you know, you know.
Support for the show comes from Mercury. Business banking complete with credit cards, invoicing, bill pay, capital, and more. In other words, Mercury brings all your money processes into a single product that is glorious to use. No more toggling between a dozen apps and services to keep your finances straight. Now you can send money, pay bills, create and send invoices, issue reimbursements, all easily and quickly. The best part? You can apply online and get started in 10 minutes or less. Visit Mercury.com to join over 200,000 entrepreneurs who use Mercury to do more for their businesses. Mercury, banking that does more. Mercury is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services provided through Choice Financial Group, Column NA, and Evolve Bank and Trust, members FDIC.